Elementary student hits teacher with bat, taken to police station. Mainland students visit Jiufen amid Cross-Strait tensions. Vietnamese worker dies in elevator accident in New Taipei. Major Canadian news outlets sue OpenAI. Australian police seize record 2.3 tons of cocaine from fishing boat. Vietnam announces ambitious high-speed rail plans. Malaysia and Thailand grapple with massive floods. Japan's Princess Aiko turns 23 as her royal future remains uncertain.
Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thank you for joining us on FUNDAY News. It is Tuesday, December 3rd, and here are your top stories. And in local news, in Taichung, a 6th grader hit a PE teacher with a bat after a conflict in March. The teacher reported it to the police despite the student apologizing. 2 officers took both to the station without a parent or teacher present, sparking public outrage. A group of mainland Chinese students visited Jiufen, dining at the renowned Guzhuang Seaview restaurant. Locals warmly welcomed them, despite current cross-strait tensions. They expressed hope that such exchange could ease relations and bring exposure and business opportunities to the area. A 40-year-old Vietnamese worker died after a freight elevator malfunctioned and plunged from the 2nd to the 1st floor at a factory in New Taipei, Xinzhuang's district. He was rushed to the hospital but was pronounced dead. And in global news, a coalition of Canada's largest news outlets is suing OpenAI, the maker of AI chatbots ChatGPT, alleging that the company is illegally using articles to train its software. News organizations including Toronto Star, Metroland Media, Post Media, the Globe and Mail, the Canadian Press, and CBC have all joined the suit. The media organizations said in a joint statement, "Journalism is in the public interest. OpenAI using other companies' journalism for their own commercial gain is not. It's illegal." OpenAI states that its models are trained on publicly available data.
In its 84-page filing, the Canadian Media Coalition accuses OpenAI of ignoring safeguards like paywalls or copyright disclaimers meant to prevent unauthorized copying. The companies said, OpenAI regularly breaches copyright and online terms of use by scraping large amounts of content from Canadian media to develop its products, such as ChatGPT. The group, which includes publishers of Canada's top newspapers, is seeking punitive damages of $20,000 per article allegedly used to train ChatGPT, a sum that could reach billions of dollars. The news organizations are also requesting an order to force the company to share profits made from their articles and an injunction prohibiting OpenAI from using them in the future.
Authorities said Monday that Australian police seized a record 2.3 tons of cocaine and arrested 13 people in raids after the suspect's boat broke down off the coast of Queensland. Federal police said in a statement that the drugs had a sale value of 760 million Australian dollars and equaled as many as 11.7 million street deals if they had reached the country. Investigators told reporters in Brisbane that the drug was transported from an unidentified South American country.
The arrests followed a month-long investigation after a tip-off that the Comancheros motorcycle gang was planning a multi-ton smuggling operation. The smugglers made 2 attempts to transport the drugs to Australia by sea from a mothership floating hundreds of kilometers offshore. Their first boat broke down, and the second vessel foundered on Saturday, leaving the suspects stranded at sea for several hours until police raided the fishing boat and seized the drugs. Authorities have seized more than 1 ton of cocaine before, but the weekend's haul was the largest ever recorded in Australia. Those charged are accused of conspiring to import the drug into Australia by sea and were due to appear in various courts on Monday. The maximum penalty for the charge is life in prison.
Vietnam has approved the construction of a high-speed railroad connecting the capital, Hanoi in the north, to Ho Chi Minh City in the south at an estimated cost of $67 billion. The ambitious railroad line will stretch 1,541 kilometers. The new train is expected to travel at speeds of up to 350 kilometers per hour, reducing the journey from a current 30 hours to just 5 hours. The decision was taken by Vietnam's National Assembly, its parliament. Construction is expected to begin in 2027, and Vietnam hopes that the first train will start operating by 2035.
But the country has faced delays with previous infrastructure projects. The train will pass through 20 provinces and cities, with 23 passenger stations and 5 freight stations along its route. It will transport both people and goods and serve defense purposes as well. The Deputy Minister of Transport said the project was a response to growing transport needs and that several studies had highlighted the demand for faster options on the north-south corridor. He stated, "This project is pivotal for restructuring transport shares and serves as a cornerstone for Vietnam's leap into a new era of growth." State media reported that Vietnam will prioritize domestic funding for the project but may consider foreign loans if they are affordable and non-restrictive.
Heavy rain in Malaysia and neighboring Thailand has caused massive flooding, killing at least 12 people. More than 120,000 people have been forced from their homes in northern Malaysia, while around 13,000 others have been displaced in southern Thailand. There are fears the number could rise as heavy rains and storm warnings remain in effect. Emergency services personnel have been deployed to rescue stranded residents, and shelters are being provided. Thousands of residents have been evacuated in both nations due to the flooding.
Videos on social media and local news show cars and houses submerged, with people wading through waist-deep water. The flooding has affected nearly 534,000 households in southern Thailand, and 2 hospitals were forced to close to prevent floodwaters from damaging medical facilities. 6 provinces have declared a disaster due to the floods. The government has allocated 50 million baht in flood relief for each province, with Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra stating that the goal is to restore normalcy as quickly as possible. In Malaysia, the flooding is mostly concentrated in the northeastern state of Kelantan, which borders Thailand. There, the National Disaster Management Agency reports that evacuees account for 63% of the total number.
Japan's popular princess Aiko turned 23 on Sunday. Taking on more official duties even as her future in the imperial family remains uncertain. Aiko, the only child of Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako, graduated from university earlier this year and has been participating in official duties and palace rituals while working at the Red Cross Society. However, Japanese law requires her to renounce her royal status and leave the family if she marries outside the imperial family.
The vast majority of Japan's public supports changing the law to allow her to remain a royal and even become emperor, but conservatives in the governing party insist on preserving male-only succession. Japan's rapidly dwindling imperial family has only 16 members, including 4 men. Aiko planned to celebrate her birthday with her parents at the Imperial Palace in Tokyo. The 1947 Imperial House Law, which largely preserves conservative pre-war family values, allows only males to ascend the throne and requires female royals who marry outside the family to relinquish their status. With only 1 young male member, the survival of the 2,000-year-old monarchy is at risk. Aiko's own views on the matter remain unknown, as she has held only 1 full news conference since reaching adulthood.
The answer for yesterday was B. Intrigued. The mysterious artifact intrigued the archaeologists, prompting further investigation. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into the news of Vietnam announces ambitious high-speed rail plans. Number 1. Infrastructure. 基础设施. The government is investing heavily in infrastructure to improve transportation and communication networks. Number 2. Highlight. 强调. The speaker highlighted the importance of teamwork during the presentation. Number 3. Prioritize. 优先次序. You need to prioritize your task to meet the deadline. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's all for today's FUNDAY News. Be sure to tune in to FUNDAY News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join FUNDAY for free. I'm Wade Lee, your host. I'll see you next time.